Good morning all. In this session we are going to deal with a new chapter called electromagnetic waves. This is a small chapter in our whole physics syllabus. We can easily do this and we can easily score marks in your examination. The total marks assigned to this chapter is 3. The total marks assigned to this chapter is 3 marks. We can easily complete this chapter within an hour, or they have assigned overall 2 hours for this chapter in our syllabus. Now let us see what is the meaning of electromagnetic waves and what is electromagnetic spectrum. Here the removed portions are displacement current. Displacement current is the only topic they have removed from this chapter. Now let us see what is the meaning of electromagnetic waves. The topic which containing this chapter is electromagnetic waves, properties of electromagnetic waves, Hertz experiment, electromagnetic spectrum due to wavelength and frequency range, and sources and its uses. These are the topics which we are going to cover in this chapter. Now let us see what are there in electromagnetic waves. Now we should know what is the meaning of electromagnetic wave. There is the first topic of physics, or sorry, first topic of this chapter. What is the meaning of electromagnetic wave? Actually, it is the combination of time varying electric and magnetic field waves. Electromagnetic wave is also called as combination of time varying electric and magnetic field is called as electromagnetic waves. Let us see what is there in that. It is electric and magnetic fields are sources to each other. Let us see what is the meaning of that. Electromagnetic wave is a wave in which the magnetic and electric fields are perpendicular each other and also perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. That means in which particular direction the wave is traveling. Here the electromagnetic wave consisting of two different waves, two kinds of wave, which are they? One is electric field and another one is magnetic field. These electric fields and magnetic fields are perpendicular to each other and also perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave. Without hearing these words, we cannot understand what is the meaning of electromagnetic wave. For that, we should see how it is obtaining diagrammatically. Let us see how it will be. Look, this is, let us consider this as our x-axis. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. This is z-axis. We have 3 coordinates because the electromagnetic wave has to perpendicular to each other and also perpendicular to the direction of propagation of a wave. That is why we are considering 3 coordinate wave system. Here look at this wave very carefully. One is electric wave and another one is magnetic wave. The white line indicates white wave, sinusoidal wave, is the representation of a electric field wave, and the red line is the representation of a magnetic wave. In that diagram, both electric field line and magnetic field line are perpendicular to each other. Look at that. This is the peak of a electromagnetic wave. E0 is a maximum electric field path, or we may call that as amplitude, maximum point of a electric field wave, or we may call that as peak value of electric field line or electric field strength. And B0 is the peak value of magnetic field lines. E0 is the peak value of electric field lines and B0 is the value of magnetic field lines, and these two are perpendicular to each other. These two waves should be perpendicular to each other, and these two waves also should be perpendicular to the propagation of wave. In which particular direction the wave is moving? In which particular direction the wave is moving? For that, these two electric and magnetic field lines has to be perpendicular to each other. That is the meaning of electromagnetic wave. Once again, I am going to tell what is the meaning of electromagnetic wave. Electromagnetic wave is the combination of time varying electric field and time varying magnetic field. Electromagnetic wave is a combination of time varying electric field and time varying magnetic field. But these two fields are perpendicular to each other. These two fields are perpendicular to each other and also perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave, and also perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. Which are the examples for these electromagnetic waves? Which are the examples of these electromagnetic waves? Do we know that? Yes. The examples for these electromagnetic waves are visible lights, X-rays, gamma rays, UV rays, and etc. We have lot of electromagnetic waves. We are going to see that later. Okay. Next, what is the properties of electromagnetic wave? There should be some properties, right? Electromagnetic means it has its own properties. They are variation in both electric and magnetic field occurs simultaneously. Here what he is saying is electric field lines and magnetic field lines are obtaining at the same time. The maximum value of electric field and the maximum value of magnetic field obtaining at same time, and once again it is come to the zeroth position of x-axis. The time it is taking is 0. That means both electric and magnetic field lines are attained at the same time. The maxima and minima. The maxima of a wave of electric field and the maxima of a magnetic field attain at the same time. Similarly, the minima of both the waves are also attaining at the same time. That is the variation of both electric and magnetic fields occurs simultaneously. And what is the second property of that thing? The second property of that is the direction of electric and magnetic fields are mutually perpendicular to each other. Already we know that both electric and magnetic fields directions are mutually perpendicular to each other and also perpendicular to the propagation of the wave. And the other property is the electric field vector E. The electric field vector E and the magnetic field vector B are related by the expression. There is the expression for electric field vectors and magnetic field vectors, and they are C is equal to E naught divided by B naught. There E naught is the peak value of electric field vector and B naught is the peak value of magnetic field vector, or we may also call that as amplitude of electric field vector and amplitude of magnetic field vector, where c is the speed of light. That is small c. We are representing the velocity of light in small c. C is the velocity of light. We know that value. That is 3 lakh kilometer per second. What is the velocity of light in air or vacuum? That is 3 lakh kilometer per second, or we may call that as 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. In terms of meter, the velocity of light is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Or in terms of kilometer, we may call that as c is equal to, or velocity of light is equal to 3 lakh kilometer per second. This is the another property of electromagnetic wave. Let us see some more properties of electromagnetic wave. The velocity of electromagnetic wave in free space is equal to c is equal to 1 over square root of mu naught into epsilon naught. Please listen this formula, or please see this formula very carefully. This is the very important expression of electromagnetic waves. That is velocity of electromagnetic wave. Here we are not telling about the velocity of light. We are talking about the velocity of electromagnetic wave. Any electromagnetic wave, we may consider any electromagnetic wave, that is X-rays, gamma rays, UV rays, infrared rays, visible light, radio waves, microwaves. You may consider anything. The only expression which is containing the electromagnetic wave expression's velocity is C is equal to 1 over, that is 1 divided by square root of mu naught into epsilon. Here mu naught is nothing but it is permeability of free space or absolute permeability, and epsilon naught is permittivity of a free space. Epsilon naught is permittivity of free space or absolute permittivity. Mu naught is absolute permeability or permeability of free space. And the expression for velocity of electromagnetic wave in some particular medium. What is the velocity of electromagnetic wave in particular medium? In free space, that is C is equal to 1 over square root of mu naught into epsilon naught. But in some medium, that is C is equal to 1 divided by square root of mu into epsilon. Mu is mu, not nu. Nu is nu, mu is mu. Mu is permeability and nu is permittivity of particular medium. Which medium we are considering, that is more important in that particular case. In some material medium, what is the velocity of electromagnetic wave? If we consider that as water or glass, we have to consider that values of permittivity and permeability. Okay. Electromagnetic waves obey principle of superposition. Principle of superposition. What is the meaning of principle of superposition? That is, one align with another. One wave is combining with another, means that is superposition. One comes with another is called as superposition. That we can see in our interference properties of light. What is the superposition principle that we may going to see in our interference concept of light. Here in your examination they may ask this for 2 marks. What is the properties of electromagnetic waves? There is need of only 4 points. Here we have given 11 or 12 or 15 points. There are 15 to 20 points. We may going to write only 4 points. Whichever it is comfortable for you, you are going to write those 4 points only. Okay. Here are some other electromagnetic wave properties. Electromagnetic waves carry energy as propagate through space. This energy is divided equally between electric and magnetic fields. Electromagnetic waves carry both energy and momentum. Okay. While traveling, the electromagnetic waves traveling in some particular medium, they also carry energy and momentum. This can be transferred to any object, or they can keep them as it is. They can keep themselves as it is, the energy and momentum, or the electromagnetic wave can be transferred to some other objects in their paths. If the electromagnetic wave is traveling in one particular direction, if some object stands in front of those electromagnetic waves, the energy can be transferred to those objects also. That is the concept of transferring of energy and momentum as well as. These are some other electromagnetic wave properties. I think this is more than enough for your examination point of view. Here we have some more electromagnetic properties. They travel with the velocity of 3 into 10 to the power of meter per second in free space. I have already said that the velocity of light or the velocity of electromagnetic wave in free space or in vacuum. Vacuum means that is empty space. Empty. Vacuum means empty. In empty space, the velocity of an electromagnetic wave is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. And these electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. All the electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature, and they carry energy and momentum. I have already said that electromagnetic waves carry energy and momentum, and they always travels in a straight line in a homogeneous medium. What is the meaning of homogeneous medium? Homogeneous means the density of the medium has to be same. The density of the medium has to be same. If the density of the medium is same, the electromagnetic waves always travel in a straight path. If the density varies, means the direction of propagation of electromagnetic wave also changes. This is the basic properties of electromagnetic waves. There is only need of 4 points if they ask for 2 marks. And the next concept is Hertz experiment. How electromagnetic waves are going to produce, that we can see by using Hertz experiment. Hertz is the greatest scientist of physics who has shown contribution to the concept of physics. Here in this concept, Hertz conduct an experiment to obtain the electromagnetic waves. This is our construction part of an Hertz experiment. These two are copper or zinc plates. Copper or zinc plates kept parallel to each other at a 60 centimeter distance. The distance between these two copper plates is 60 centimeters, and they have connected to a metal rod and a ball, metal sphere, or we may call that as metal sphere. Metal rod is attached to the metal rod and it is connected to the copper or zinc plate. We may consider that as copper plate or zinc plate. Here we have an induction coil. If the induction coil is connected to the metal rods, if the induction coil is connected to the metal rods, that is induction coil means that is nothing but a transformer. P means primary coil and S is secondary coil. From secondary coil the output wave is coming, or output energies comes from, and those connected to the metal rods. If the induction coil is connected to the metal rods, means the energy is transferring from induction coil to the metal rods. Once the energy is transferring from those two metal rods, what it will become? The metal rods gets ionized. The metal rods gets ionized. Once they gets ionized, there is a small gap between S1 and S2. There is a small gap between S1 and S2. S1 and S2 are the metal spheres. Once they get ionized, they scintillates. That means the energy is coming out of those two metal spheres in the form of electromagnetic waves. Here we have S1 dash and S2 dash. Those two are another two rings, or we may call that as detector. That is scintillation detector or energy detector, we may call that as. That is kept parallel to the metal rods, or that may kept parallel to the metal spheres of a metal rod. Here how we are getting our electromagnetic wave. Look at the diagram or look at that picture very carefully. Once the metal sphere gets ionized, the energy is separating from S1 and S2 and it is creating electromagnetic wave. In that diagram we are showing only one wave, but that is a combination of electric and magnetic field wave. Don't get confused. And that is those two spheres are parallel to the another ring, that is another metal spheres. Those are our detector. Which kind of energy is coming and how much energy is coming from that particular source is going to detect by that detector. This is how Hertz conducted his experiment to produce or to get electromagnetic waves. This is the property of this is the experimental production of electromagnetic waves. For all those things we have theoretical script here. There is no need of reading all these things because I have said already everything, the construction part and the theory part and how the electromagnetic waves are going to produce. If they ask for 2 marks you may write this diagram and construction and procedure part. Hertz experiment. What is how electromagnetic waves are produced using experiment, Hertz experiment, explain that. They may going to ask 2 to 3 marks. You can write that easily by understanding this concept of Hertz experiment. Then later on we can go to the concept of electromagnetic spectrum. This is the end of electromagnetic wave actually. What is the meaning of electromagnetic wave and what is the property of electromagnetic wave and what is the meaning of Hertz experiment and how we are going to produce the electromagnetic wave. This is the concept of electromagnetic wave and we have done that. Once again I am going to show what are the properties which I have covered. Look at this. This is nothing but electromagnetic wave. What is the meaning of electromagnetic wave and which are the examples for electromagnetic wave. And the next topic is properties of electromagnetic wave. Once again I am going to show how electromagnetic waves are perpendicular to each other and perpendicular to the propagation of direction of wave. Look at this carefully. This is x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Like this the electromagnetic waves are going to produced and those electric and magnetic field lines are perpendicular to each other and also perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. And these are the peaks of the electromagnetic waves and we have some properties of electromagnetic wave and we have seen that. This is Hertz experiment. 2 plates, 2 metal rods and connected to a metal sphere. Once the induction coil gets on, the ionized spheres produces electromagnetic waves that will be detected by some metal detector and we can calculate the energy, how much energy it is coming, coming from that metal spheres. We can measure that using some detector. This is how electromagnetic waves are going to produced. This is all about electromagnetic waves. Once we get to know the concept of electromagnetic waves, we should know what is the meaning of electromagnetic spectrum. Spectrum means that is a range. Range of electromagnetic waves is called as spectrum. Here what we have is different electromagnetic waves. In this concept we have different electromagnetic waves. And which are there? Look at this diagram carefully. Here we have the range of electromagnetic spectrum. In terms of frequency and in terms of wavelength also we have electromagnetic spectrum, or we may call that as EM spectrum. EM means that is electromagnetic. Actually we will use that EM in a short form for electromagnetic waves or electromagnetic spectrum. EM waves. EM waves means that is electromagnetic waves. The very first range of electromagnetic spectrum is radio waves, because these are the waves carrying maximum wavelength and minimum frequency range. Radio waves means it consisting of maximum wavelength range and minimum frequency range. What is the meaning of radio waves? All these waves are nothing but electromagnetic waves. In our picture what I am showing is radio waves, microwaves, infrared waves, visible waves, ultraviolet rays, X-rays and gamma rays. These all rays are called as electromagnetic waves. The range of electromagnetic waves is called as electromagnetic spectrum. What is the meaning of radio waves here? These are the invisible electromagnetic radiations. Radio waves are nothing but these are the invisible electromagnetic radiations of very long wavelength greater than 0.1 meter. It has very long wavelength that is more than 0.1 meter. That is why we have a sine wave in a larger format. In radio waves, we have a wave of larger wavelength. What is the meaning of wavelength? That we should know first. Wavelength means how much it is going to travel. What is the distance it is going to cover? That is wavelength. In 1 second, what is the wave? What is the length of the wave which is going to travel is called as wavelength. But as frequency increases, wavelength decreases, because wavelength and frequency both are inversely proportional to each other. Both wavelength and frequency are inversely proportional to each other. What is the range of the radio waves in terms of wavelength, in terms of frequency? That is shown in our diagram. Actually, the range of a wavelength of a electromagnetic wave of radio waves are 10 to the power of plus 3 meters. That is 0.1 meter to 10 to the power of 3 meters. That is 0.1 to 1000 meters in 1 second. The wavelength of a radio waves is 0.1 to 10 to the power of 3 meters for 1 second. And what is the frequency? What is the frequency of these waves, radio waves? That is ranging from 10 to the power of 4 hertz. That is 10 to the power of 4 hertz, ranging from 10 to the power of 4 hertz. 10 to the power of 4 hertz means that is 10,000 hertz is the range of frequency of a radio waves. And the next one is microwave. Microwaves are, these are also invisible wave. These radio waves, microwaves are not going to see by our naked eyes. It is highly impossible to see by our naked eyes. These are all invisible waves. Microwaves are also invisible electromagnetic waves or electromagnetic radiations. Radiations, waves, both are containing same meaning. These are also, microwaves are also consisting of invisible electromagnetic radiations of wavelength ranging from 10 to the power of minus 3 to 10 to the power of minus 1. Actually, this is the range of a microwaves. That's why we have written 10 to the power of minus 2 in between 10 to the power of minus 3 to 10 to the power of minus 1. That is ranging from 10 to the power of minus 3 to 10 to the power of minus 1. 10 to the power of minus 1 means that is greater than 10 to the power of minus 3, because the power is in minus. Okay, 10 to the power of minus 1 is greater than 10 to the power of minus 3. The value of wavelength of a electromagnetic wave of a microwave ranges from 10 to the power of minus 3 to 10 to the power of minus 1. Okay. Next, what and the frequency of that? Frequency of microwave is ranging from 10 to the power of 4 hertz to 10 to the power of 8 hertz. In between that, 10 to the power of 8 to 10 to the power of 10, that is the actual range of a microwave. And where we are using these things, and how we are going to produce these radio waves, and where we are using, that we can see later. And infrared waves. The wavelength of infrared, these are also invisible waves. Infrared rays are also invisible electromagnetic radiations of wavelength range from 7 into 10 to the power of minus 7 to 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. Actually, the SI unit of distance is meter, so we have to tell everything in meters only. Okay, the range of microwave is from 10 to the power of minus 3 to 10 to the power of minus 1 meter, and here the range of wavelength range of infrared ray is also 7 into 10 to the power of minus 7 meter to 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. And we have to see what is the use of these kind of electromagnetic waves. That I am going to explain later. What is the uses of these electromagnetic waves and where we are using the particular electromagnetic radiation. What is the where we are using radio waves, where we are using infrared waves, and where we are using microwaves. That is also may ask in your examination for 2 marks. What is the uses of visible light? What is the use of X-ray radiations, or what is the use of gamma radiations? Now, the most important concept of electromagnetic waves are visible lights, because without the concept of visible light, it is not possible to see anything in this world. Without the concept of light, we cannot see anything in this world. That is why light is the most important concept, or light is the most important concept of electromagnetic waves. These are visible light rays. The range of 400 nanometer to 700 or 800 nanometers. 400 nanometers to 700 nanometer. In terms of nano, nano means 10 to the power of minus 9. Or in terms of micro is 0.4 into 10 to the power of minus 6 meter to 0.8 into 10 to the power of minus 6 meter. In terms of micro is 0.4 into 10 to the power of minus 6 to 0.8 into 10 to the power of minus 6. This is the range of visible electromagnetic waves. These are the only visible radiations. Out of 7 electromagnetic wave radiations, visible waves are the only radiations that which we can see. That is why we have shown in this diagram red, yellow, green, blue, sky blue, purple, these colors. Those are the range of visible lights. Red has maximum wavelength. Red color has maximum wavelength, but violet has maximum frequency. That means red has minimum frequency and violet has maximum frequency, because both are inversely proportional to each other. Which color has maximum wavelength? That is red. Which color has minimum wavelength? That is violet or purple or blue. And which has maximum frequency? That is violet or purple. Which has minimum frequency? That is red. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. This is the range of a visible light, and this varies from 400 to 800 nanometers. In terms of 10 to the power of minus 9, we may call that as nanometers. Generally, we used to tell in terms of nanometers only. That is the range of a visible light. These are the only visible radiations of electromagnetic waves. And only. That is the range of a visible light. These are the only visible radiations of electromagnetic waves. And the next topic is ultraviolet rays, UV rays. These are also invisible electromagnetic radiation. It is not seen by our naked eyes. Ultraviolet radiations are also invisible electromagnetic radiations of wavelength ranging from. What is the minimum wavelength of our violet rays? That is approximately around 10 to the power of minus 400 into 10 to the power of minus 9. It starts from 400 nanometers or 0.4 into 10 to the power of minus 6 to it, and it varies to its 10 to the power of minus 8 order, or it varies to its own range. Ultraviolet radiations also has its own range that we can see in our diagram. And the X-rays. X-rays has more frequency compared to ultraviolet rays and less wavelength compared to ultraviolet rays. And the gamma rays. Gamma rays also has very less wavelength and its frequency is very high compared to all other electromagnetic radiations. Gamma rays are the highly energy carrying electromagnetic radiations. Frequency is nothing but energy. Which wave consisting of more energy? Out of 7 radiations, gamma rays are the waves carrying more energy of the order 10 to the power of 20 hertz. Of the order 10 to the power of 20 hertz. That is the maximum energy carrying by electromagnetic waves are gamma rays, and some less compared to gamma rays. The lesser frequency compared to gamma rays are X-rays, and lesser frequency compared to X-rays are UV rays, and lesser frequency compared to ultraviolet rays is visible rays, and the less frequency containing lesser than visible light is infrared rays. So the least energy consisting of a electromagnetic radiation is nothing by radio waves. Radio waves are the less frequency carrying waves and maximum wavelength carrying waves. Okay, radio waves has maximum wavelength and less frequency. Gamma rays carrying less wavelength and maximum frequency. This is about electromagnetic waves, and this is the range of electromagnetic wave in different manner. Okay, whatever I have said in earlier concept, all are same, but it is in a different diagram. That's it. The range of electromagnetic waves we can see in this diagram very clearly. Okay, gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet rays, infrared rays, visible light, radio waves, and microwaves. Okay, actually, in which particular radiation, which is the concept, which electronic or which components we may going to use, that is our concept. Using radio waves, we can hear our FM station, because the atmosphere in our geostationary range, the radiations get deviated from Earth stations to the another Earth station. If we have transmitter in our one particular station and a receiver in another particular station, the energy has to send in upward direction in terms of radio waves. The radio waves travels through the space and get deflected in geostationary space, and again it gets back to the Earth only, and they may receive at some receiver. Using these waves, we can hear our FM radio stations. What are the uses of radio waves? Radio waves are used in FM stations, or we may use to see our television. In televisions also we are going to see our radio waves. Okay, microwaves. Where we are going to use microwaves? Microwaves are used in microwave ovens. We know that microwave ovens that we use to heat our food items. Microwave ovens is used to heat up our food items. In that particular concepts, which kind of waves we are using is microwaves, and these microwaves are used in also our radar system. Do you know what is the meaning of radar? Radar is a instrument that can send electromagnetic waves. In that particular instrument, the energy or the electromagnetic wave they are using is microwaves, and it also used to long range communication. For example, our phone calls. If you want to call from here to America, now we are here in India and we have to call American person, then we are going to dial our number. The electromagnetic wave which is going to use in our cell phones or telephones or mobile phones, those are all microwaves. And the television radiations and FM radiations, those are also longer wavelengths. Those are also carrying longer wavelengths. That is why we can see our television very clearly, and we can hear our songs or some informations through FMs very clearly. Radio waves are used in television and FM range frequencies, and microwaves are used in microwaves and our telephonic communication. And what is the use of UV rays? Where we are going to use these UV rays? UV rays are used in treatment of skin cancer or skin diseases. If we have skin diseases in our body, we may take the help of UV radiations. UV rays are used in treatment of skin diseases and some certain bone diseases also. We can use these UV rays in certain bone diseases or in some skin diseases. And these UV rays are used in the production of vitamin D. Okay, these UV rays are used in production of vitamin D. If we want vitamin D for our body, then we can use UV radiations. And these are also used in the sterilization of surgical instruments in hospitals. If we want to sterilize our instruments, surgical instruments, if we want to sterilize, or if we have to kill the bacteria of the surgical instruments, then we are going to use this UV radiations. And this UV rays is used to detect adulteration of the food. UV radiations may used to detect the adulteration of food. These are the uses of radio waves and microwaves and UV waves, ultraviolet rays. And what is the use of infrared rays? Here we have our chart table. These are the ranges of electromagnetic wave in terms of wavelength and frequency. Here we have our third column. First column is serial number, second one is electromagnetic wave, which kind of electromagnetic wave it is, and the third one is range of lambda, that is symbolic representation of wavelength. Lambda is the symbolic representation of wavelength, and range of nu, that is not V, that is nu. Nu means Nu, that is frequency. That is the frequency range. Fourth column is frequency range and third column is wavelength range. And which kind of source we are using to produce these electromagnetic waves, that is there in our fifth column, and where we are going to use these all ranges, where we are going to see all these ranges, that is there in our sixth column. Here we have radio waves are producing by oscillating electronic circuits. In our electronic circuits, by the concept of oscillation, we are going to produce these concepts. Both radio waves and microwaves are produced using oscillation in electronic circuits. And I have already said the uses of radio waves, that these electromagnetic radiations are used in radio and television broadcasting communications. Microwaves are used in radar and analysis of details of atomic and molecular structure and microwave oven. I have already said that also. And infrared rays, the important concept of electromagnetic wave, where we are using this infrared waves. Infrared waves or infrared radiations are used in industry, medicine, astronomy, night vision devices, greenhouse, revealing secret of writing on the ancient walls, etc. We don't get anything by if we tell like this. Where we are using in particular device, that is more important. Okay, what is that device it consists of? That is our remote. We use our infrared radiations in our remote controllers. Okay, the electromagnetic wave radiations producing while if we press the button of remote, the electromagnetic waves are going to produce. If we click the camera, if we want to take a picture of something, okay, if we click a button of a camera, then the waves which are producing from that camera is also infrared radiations. Okay, if you want to in our CCTV cameras also, we are using this infrared cameras only. Okay, in night mode visions we don't get to see anything in a proper way. That's why infrared radiations are going to use in our CC cameras, remote controllers and cameras. These are the application level of infrared radiations. And visible light. I have already said that without the concept of visible light, we cannot see anything in our universe. Okay, so it is used in every optical instruments. Visible lights are used in optical instruments or photocells, photosynthesis, and more importantly, it is need to see the things around us. Okay, this is the uses of a visible light. And what are the uses of UV rays? UV rays, I have already said that it is used to treat a skin cancer and medical applications, and I have already said that surgical instruments, sterilization and production of vitamin D, and we may also used in chemical reactions and high resolving power microscope. In high power resolving microscope, the electromagnetic wave which we are using is UV rays. And to detect fingerprints, in our fingerprint sensors also we see we use ultraviolet rays. Okay, in banks they kept in a cash counter they kept a separate box that produces ultraviolet rays, that is nothing but UV rays, that is used to check whether the note is original or fake. Okay, that is another application of ultraviolet rays we may use there also. Then what is the uses of X-rays? X-ray photography. What is the meaning of X-ray photography? How X-rays are going to produced? X-ray means that is in our if we want to see if something happens to us, if for example if some accident happens to us, if there is any dislocation of bones or if there is any breakage of our bones, then we go to the help of X-rays. These are very high range waves. We know that actually this is very harmful to human skins because our human cells are very delicate in nature, but these X-rays consisting of very high energy. If we continuously exposed to these X-rays, we may get skin cancer or some allergic type, or some cells may get die in our bodies, or some parts may do not use in our bodies. So we should be avoid these kind of radiations to expose to our body. If it has more energy means it is hazardous to our health. That is why gamma rays are more dangerous to compare all other radiations. That is why we don't expose to gamma radiations. Okay, X-rays is used to see the bone or treatment of cancer. X-rays are also used in treatment of cancer, and it is also used to sterilize our skin diseases. And X-rays are also used in sterilization of surgical instruments, and it is mainly used to check the thickness of the material. Okay, X-rays is mainly used to check the thickness of the material. In our uses we have seen that locating cracks and flaws in finished metallic objects. We cannot easily detect the thickness or the dislocations of the metals, so we can use X-rays to detect the any defects in there, like that. Okay, and crystal structure, if you want to study the crystal structure, X-rays are the most important concepts, and it is used in brain tumor. We can use X-rays to treat the tumor of our brain, skin diseases or skin cancers. Okay, in welding industry the scope of X-ray is very more. Okay, very much. Okay, it is very important in welding industry and crystal structure analysis. Okay. Next, the last thing is gamma rays. What are the uses of gamma rays? Where we are going to use? It is used in nuclear power plants. In our nuclear power plants, we are going to use this gamma rays. And gamma pens are there. It is used to treat a cancer. If you want to get a better options to clear our skin cancer or some lungs cancer, they use gamma rays. It is a best device to clear our treatment of cancer. Okay. Gamma rays are also used in treatment of skin diseases. I have already said that. Gamma rays are also used in sterilized surgical instruments. If it is consisting of more energy, means it is very hazardous to bacteria and viruses, all the things. Okay, that is why the higher range frequencies radiations are used in most of the medical fields. This gamma rays, X-rays and ultraviolet rays are generally used in hospitals or in medical applications or medical appliances to kill the bacteria, to deactivate the bacteria or viruses of a surgical instruments. And it is used in mainly gamma ray microscope. We have gamma ray microscope, and it can be used to detect the buried petroleum pipes. Petroleum pipes are very deep in our earth. Okay, if you want to detect that, we cannot dig that thing. We cannot dig earth and we can see that. By using this gamma rays, we can easily identify where is our petroleum pipes inside our earth. Okay, it is used to detect the defects of buried petroleum pipes. If there is any defects in that particular petroleum pipes, if there is any hole, how we can identify? We cannot easily dig that and we can identify that thing. Before dig, we should know where it has its defection. Okay, that's why we use gamma radiation. And this is all about electromagnetic waves and electromagnetic radiations. This is our electromagnetic spectrum chart, the range of wavelength and range of frequency of all the electromagnetic waves, and you can see that in your table, and what are the uses of these electromagnetic waves and how they are going to produced, and what is the concept of electromagnetic wave and where we are going to produce and how we have produced by using Hertz experiment. These are all our concept, and this is all about electromagnetic waves. If there is any doubt regarding about this electromagnetic waves and electromagnetic spectrum, you can contact me in your groups. This is all about electromagnetic waves chapter. I have completed this chapter right now. From tomorrow onwards, we can solve some problems or we can discuss our CET questions. This is all about electromagnetic waves. If there is any doubt, please contact me. The overall marks assigned to this chapter is 3 marks. You can easily get 3 marks by understanding the concept of electromagnetic waves from this chapter. Okay. Thank you all.